Gentlemen, and welcome to the Goodyear Autocare Warana V8T2 series. We're going to go live in about 3.5 minutes with round 2 of the Melbourne Hydrographix Depot Triple Crown. So we're coming live to you from the virtual Charlotte Roval course. Tonight should be a great race under lights, our first night race of the series. So stay with us. We're down to about 3 minutes. We'll be live with the racing action in 3 minutes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are around Australia, wherever you are around the world. It's JP here, and tonight we're back for another round of the Goodyear Autocare V8T2 E-Series. Tonight we've got round 2 of the Melbourne Hydrographix Depot Triple Crown, coming to you live from the virtual Charlotte Roval course in North Carolina. And joining me tonight in the commentary booth is Dan Schultz and Philip Dalton. Guys, how are you tonight?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. You know, getting ready for another good round here in the Goodyear Autocare V8T2 E-Series. Getting ready to rumble.
100% should be a great round. Phil, you there with us, mate?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy. Yeah, it's good to be here and good to watch some good hard racing tonight.
Yeah, it should be some fantastic racing. You're without your regular commentators, Matt Davis and Andrew Collins. Matt, unfortunately, has been called to work, so you're going to be laboured with me for the night. And Andrew, we'd like to wish him well. He's in hospital, laid up, not feeling so well, mate. So speedy recovery, get better. Looking forward to having you back as part of the commentary team. So we're we're underway for qualifying at the moment. So we're going to let that go through now. Qualifying should be over fairly soon. But while we're going through the qualifying, I think we should probably go through the championship points as they currently stand. So I'm going to bring those championship points up, and we can talk about those as they currently stand. So currently for the championship, we've got Daryl Hockey, which is leading the championship on 1352, with Nicholas Garrick on 1340, David Nash on 1,313 points. Matthew Scholes, courtesy of a pretty bad round last week, is back down to 4th place now with 1,278 points, but don't count him out. He'll definitely be on a charge tonight. Rian Leonage is up to 5th. Young Rian from the Nationwide Tracking Systems eSport team with 1,269 points. Daniel Stevens with 1,264 points. Kai Turner with 1,215 points. Damien Cairns in 8th with 1,182 points, which is tied with Dean Reddit at 1,182 points, and Sam Noble. So we've got a 3-way tie there for 8th place with 1,182 points. So we're going to let you watch those, have a look at those points as they scroll through. Dan, tell us a little bit about your night last night. You were racing in the Nationwide Tracking Systems race.
Yeah, mate, not too bad, eh? Good news is they're an open setup, so we can get as much grip as we can out of the car and push it really hard. It was really good, interesting with one set of tyres. After about lap 5, you started to notice the grip disappear. In my first hit, I decided to drop the front bar a little bit. In hindsight, probably should have dropped the rear as well. Didn't really take tyres and pushed through the night. Ended up in, I think it was P20, so a lot better than what I started. Big accident at the start. That was a monster to avoid, I'll tell you that one.
Yeah, they had a bit of a shaky start there in the NTS last night. Hopefully that's not going to happen tonight with this series. Now, for the people joining us for the first time, we have a championship within a championship. So with the Goodyear Autocare and with the Nationwide Tracking Systems series, we have the Triple Crown series as well. And what the Triple Crown series is, it's a group of 3 races. We've had the last race there was round 6. There's this race, and then there's a final race at Bathurst, and the winner, or whoever gets the most points out of those 3 races, is going to be crowned the Triple Crown champion. So we've got a championship within a championship. So I guess let's go and have a look at the championship points and see where they're sitting at the moment for the Triple Crown. So here we go. Kai Turner is leading the charge here with the Triple Crown at 150 points, with Jamie Davis not that far behind him with 146. Daniel Stevens in 3rd with 142 points. Daryl Hockey in 4th with 140. Troy Allen in 5th with 138. Dylan Pereira, who's the rookie to the series, he only started racing the V8s just before he had his first race in this series with 137 points. Dean Reddit in 7th with 136. Damien Cairns in 8th with 134. Sam Noble in 10th with 130, and Nicholas Garrick in 10th. Sam Noble was in 9th Nicholas Garrick in 10th with 129 points. And as from before, we'll let that scroll through. Phil, what are your thoughts on tonight's race, mate?
Well, tonight's race should be good. This track is very unforgiving. As you probably know, you get 1 foot wrong and you could be into the concrete. But it should be good. Everyone's putting out some fast, clean times, and hopefully we see some good hard racing tonight.
Yeah, looking forward to some great racing tonight. And we may as well go through the track notes for tonight and let people know what's going on. So tonight, Charlotte Motor Speedway is the track, 3.67 kilometres in length. The driver's going to be doing 28 laps, so just a shade over 100 kilometres. 103 kilometres is the race distance. They're going to start with 46 litres of fuel, which means they're going to get 1 pit stop. Their fuel burns about 2.8 litres of fuel per lap, and they'll have 2 sets of tyres. These guys get an unlimited set of tyres, so if they do have a bit of an accident or something like that, and they go back into the pits, they'll be able to change tyres again. So track conditions for tonight. The track is set at 28th of April 2021. Now we're going back in time a little bit. The race start is going to be for 8 p.m. So it is going to end up by being a night race, which is fantastic. Track temperature is 26 degrees. Sorry, air temperature is 26 degrees. Track temperature is 16 degrees. Nice cool track, so it's going to give them a lot of grip. 3 kilometres is the wind speed, and wind direction is coming from the north.
Can I just chime in there, JP? I was just looking at the live timing screen here, and we've got Kai Turner on a 117.35, and we've got Dylan Pereira here on a 117.37. There's 2 1,000ths between these two guys at the top at the moment. Talk about a tight qualifying.
Absolutely fantastic. It's going to be a really tight race. Dylan, as I said, he's the rookie to the series. I think he joined the series. I think it was in round 4 or 5, and he was basically racing the V8s in iRacing probably 2 weeks prior to actually joining the series. So he's really come along. It'll be interesting to see what he does tonight. But he's on another flyer. But Kai Turner is on another flyer here, and I think that's going to be a big lap for him.
Yeah, 117.2. What is going on right now? Is the tyres starting to come into it? You know, the fuel burn starting to come down. Car's getting what? There he goes. He's in the wall.
Oh, just a little bit too much
hit
there.
Right there. That was a big hit.
Yeah, and
well, if you look at it, guys, between 1st and 11th, there's only a second between them. So this could be anyone's game tonight.
yeah, 100%. This is going to be a very interesting race. 1 minute of qualifying left. Dylan Pereira is currently in second. Matthew Scholes, who had a really ordinary week last week at Interlagos, I think it was coming out of turn 4, had a mishap, hit the wall, got jammed up into the wall and had to tow, and that was the end of his race.
Same here now, coming into the first chicane off the banking in the Roval. Clips that curb nice, get it nice and tight. Second, third, get close to the wall as much as possible. Comes around through the second banking, or if you're a NASCAR guy, it's turn 3 and 4, all the way around. Coming through, line yourself up for this difficult braking zone. It's easy to snag a brake here. Clip the apex nicely, bang, straight across the other one. Don't hit the wall, straight across the line. One of the more difficult chicanes, that second one. The first one's not too bad. The second one's a bit how's it going? Get a little bit lock up there, mate. You're straight across. You to slow down.
Yeah, he's had a couple of personal best sector times there. Not enough to make a change on his position, and he's decided to roll out of it. Let's see what David Nash can do. I think he's rolling out of it as well. No, he's still in it, but he hasn't set any personal best times at the moment. So is he going to try and bring this one across the line? He might actually park it up.
Interesting position for the drivers for tonight's race as well. Don't forget, I think it's only the first 4 or 5 roads that start on a straight. The rest of the guys start around the first chicane. It's a bit, around the second chicane there, just before the finish line. It's an interesting start. I had to start there last night, and yeah, you don't want to start on the apex of a corner. I tell you, the wheel spin's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a really interesting start, and it's a slow getaway. So the guys that are actually going to be behind you,
Oh,
And
big
he's
hit
in
on the wall there,
fence.
and that's going to
So-
end David's charge there. Everyone's completed their laps, so we'll wait for the official grid to come up, and then we'll be able to see what the positions are. And while we're waiting, we should thank our sponsors for the race now. Our naming rights sponsor, Goodyear Autocare Warana, and of course Melbourne Hydrographix Depot, Blue Stampede Labour Hire, SDK Gaming, that make these fantastic overlays. Track Cams for Gourmets, of course, they provide us with all the track cameras, the on-track cameras, the car cameras. They look fantastic. Real Sim Racing Australasia, and SimShed Broadcasting, of course.
Yes, we like to thank all those lovely sponsors. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without them. You know, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of work to put a series together, and without sponsors and you guys watching this, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. So appreciate everyone watching as well as our sponsors.
Yeah, 100%. Without our sponsors, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be able to bring you these fantastic races.
That's it, mate. I mean, you know, especially with the 2 series going, it's a mammoth task to get everything sorted and organised. You know, you guys watching makes it worthwhile. You know, lets us race, do our business, get better and quicker, and you know, you guys get to watch some awesome action every week, which is absolutely phenomenal. I don't think you get that with any other motorsport on the planet.
No, and here we go. You can see some of the cars here gritting up on that chicane. That's going to be a real test for them. Let's go through the grid while they're lining up. So on the first row, Kai Turner, followed in second place by Dylan Pereira. Second row, Matthew Scholes and David Nash. Occupying the third row, Jamie Davis, last week's winner with Rian Leonage. The fourth row, Sam Noble and Dean Reddit. Fifth row, Daniel Stevens, Aaron Hayden. Sixth row, Dean Alessi, Daryl Hockey, and we'll go over the page now. Seventh row, we've got Brian Good and Mitch Campbell. Eighth row, Damien Cairns and Jonathan Bean. Ninth row, Shane Clark and Troy Allen. 10th row, Nicholas Garrick. He didn't have such a good qualifying tonight. And Stephen Martin. 11th row, Craig Casper and Luke Georgeson. On the 12th row, Stephen Banks, Colin Bruns. Going over the page again. 13th row, Robert Brewer, David Clark. 14th row, we've got Stephen Black and Peter Kelly. 15th row, Todd Martin and Tony Gaffer. 16th row, Tony Foster and Danny Vassell. 17th row, Anton Gilbert and Andrew Johnston. And 18th row, that's our race control and safety car drivers, so we won't worry about them. They're not going to complete any laps tonight.
Let's get this interesting.
Here we go. Lights are going to go out.
Here we go. And they're off.
And they're
no.
racing
Oh,
back
Will
from
Stevens
Dylan
P2.
Pereira.
And this is going to be one hell of a run. Oh, look at the guys at the back. Here we go. Clean through turn 1 so far.
Kai
What a
Turner
lead.
has just started bolting.
Yeah,
Kai
he's not
Turner
doing
had an
anything here.
awesome start. Dylan Pereira just lit it up, and he's fallen all the way back down to 6th now.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
cars are very hard to get off the line. One wrong move and you're just in Will Spin land.
Especially at this circuit. It's not easy starting on one of these circuits, I tell you. Yeah, one hell of a drive going on now. I mean, back down into 6th place, it's going to be hard work for him tonight if he's to have a bit of hope of winning. You know, a bit of good strategy and a bit of patience goes a long way at this circuit, I'll tell you that right now.
100%. And after bagging it up like that, he's also going to be a little bit vulnerable for the first couple of laps, I think.
Yeah, I mean, first couple of laps, yes. I mean, the tyres will be nice and warm. The balance of the car won't be there, though, because of the excessive heat in the rears.
And he'll just have to start getting his head into the gear and just head down and concentrate on apexes and exits. That's all he's got to concentrate on now.
Yeah, that's it. And we go completing the first lap without an incident so far. That's pretty good. Ready to lap 2. Here we go, Dylan. Oh, he's looking, I don't know if he's looking defensive or offensive here at the moment.
think it was a bit of offensive there. He had a look and then realised that he didn't have enough room.
Oh, got a car smoking into the pit lane there. Who's that going in right now?
Looks like it may have been Thomas Foster. Let's go to the replay and see if we can see what that's all about.
Oh,
Having a look up the inside of Todd Martin there. Oh, Todd Martin pinches a brake. Oh, no.
Oh, he had nowhere to go but straight into the side of the
wow.
Ford Mustang.
I think that might have actually been Danny Vassell. No, it wasn't Danny Vassell. Who was it that hit him? But whoever it was, let's go back to the live action.
that was a big hit.
And Kai Turner has lit the boards up already.
Yeah, he's starting to pull away really well. Have a look at that. You know, 122.1 versus a 122.9. That's 0.8 of a second. He's already pulled a second gap. Even with the tow, he's still got the 1 second lead.
Here we go. Look at
He
this.
is bolting.
Mitch Campbell having a look at Dean Alessi here.
Now this is scary when you got a carb inside.
Oh, he's done the
Fair
right
play.
thing. He's just pulled out of it.
Yeah, fair play to those guys there. That was... Oh, here he goes. He's sending it again.
He
And
just
he
got a
managed to get it. Well done.
much nicer
Yeah,
run out of the chicane and was able to capitalise on that going into turn one.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like he's got a bit of better handle on the car at this stage of the race, mate. He's got some decent flow and momentum going, Mitch Campbell there. A bit wide in the background. Oh, Dylan Pereira under attack now.
Yeah, Jamie Davis, he's one of those guys that you do not want behind you because he will menace you and he will do whatever he has to do to find a way around you. Whatever he has to do to find a way around you cleanly.
That is
Daniel,
true.
if that was you in Dylan's car, what would be your thoughts and how would you go about the rough start and how would you continue on and form a strategy? What would your first thought be?
My first thought would be immediately to try and cool down the tyres. You know, drop back a little bit from the car in front, just breathe a little bit, and just try and focus for the next 2 to 3 laps of just not making a mistake, regardless of the car behind you or not. You know, if you start feeling like you're getting pressured, just start, you know, being a little bit defensive. You know, start focusing on your exits more than your entries. You know, start taking a slightly later apex. So you just keep that momentum going, so it's harder for the car behind to actually get close. Just like that there. It was a slow entry, slowed him up a little bit mid-corner, gets a better exit.
Yeah, it seems to look like Dylan's making the car just that little bit wider to make it that much harder for the autoserve car behind him to get round.
Yeah, it's looking really interesting, isn't it? I'm just watching the rear here, and that autoserve car seems to have he seems to have his head screwed on. He knows what he's doing, Mr. Davis.
He absolutely does know what he's doing, and you can see here the strengths and weaknesses between these two cars. It seems that Jamie, sort of the first half of the lap, he's got Dylan's measure, and then towards the back half of the lap, Dylan's able to sort of eke out a bit of a gap between himself and Jamie.
I mean, I'd consider the back half of the lap the more important because you'll be sitting in the slipstream there. It's your prime position to make a move, but it just doesn't seem like Jamie Davis can get the.
Ooh.
What happened there?
Ooh. That was scary.
I thought everyone just disappeared and hit the wall. Well, there you go. Matthew Scholes right now into P2, Kai Turner P1, David Nash P3.
Well, it looks like he's starting to bridge that gap maybe a little between P2 and P1.
Yeah, well, it's only about 1.1, 1.2 seconds at the moment.
I think what we might find is David and Matthew starting to work together now, try to create that bit of a draft, and now that they need to be about a second behind Kai, and they can draft up on him and maybe start threatening for a position.
I could possibly see a driver swap here between
Oh,
the two.
no!
Oh, and the autoserve Mustang straight into the wall.
What happened there? That's going to be a bit of side damage there for him.
And that car is now going to be like a giant brick. It won't go fast at all in a straight line. That was a big hit. Did he understeer or get a helping hand here?
He looks like
he
one hit.
Just went too hot into that corner and just came out too wide and
in a
just
second.
collected the water twice.
just to make sure he got the front and the back.
Yeah, that's going to hurt these guys. And like you said, Matty Scholes is ranging up on the back of Kai Turner now.
Yeah, so David Nash, by the looks of this, is going to be the buffer between those two teammates there in Riot Sim Racing. MF Racing's all on his own at the moment. Just himself, and him.
Yeah, Kai's got his head screwed on right. He'll know what he needs to do to hang on to the lead. I think maybe right about now he's conserving his tyres and just getting on with the job, not worrying too much about Matty Scholes until he gets a bit closer.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good strategy. Look after your gear. Whoa, what do we got here? Someone ran Anton Gilbert.
Let's have
the
a look.
Coghlan Engineering Commodore.
Yeah, let's see what happened on this one.
Oh, did he get some help?
Oh, yep, he definitely got a helping synchronized spinning there.
Tell you what, I think that might have been Nick Garrick. Let's have a look at. Let's see if we can have a look at this from Nick's point of view.
Looks very, very close. I don't know if that was a.
I wonder if he just was going up on the inside and just maybe outbraked himself a little, and unfortunately the Coghlan car was just there.
Yeah, it looked like he left the door open and then decided it wasn't going to be open.
No, this wasn't Nick's car.
Ooh.
Yeah, so the door was open, but then it got slammed shut. So
I
that'll
wonder if
be
Nick has
interesting.
damage from that. It looked like they touched as well.
This will come down to. I think this is going to come down to race control. You know, was there enough overlap? Anyway, we'll leave those decisions to race control and carry on. And it looks like Anton's race is done for the night. He's had to tow to the pits.
Is that called Stephen Banks, the KFC entry here? Well, there's a move being made there by the Goodyear Autocare car. That looks like. Oh, somebody off there off track.
Well, we got the other KFC car mowing the lawn.
That's alright, mate. That's a free lawn keeper's job for those blokes. Alright, here we go. Got Stephen Banks here in the 777. We've got Craig Casper here, pushing very, very hard. He's in the slipstream. See, he's trying to range him up here. Oh, deep under brakes. Look at that. He's trying to get him. See if he can get a good apex here and a better exit.
Yeah, Craig is pretty good to, when he's putting on pressure, he knows how to just make it for the car in front to just start stressing that little bit into a mistake.
Here we go, back on board here with Dylan Pereira, still in 6th place. Looks like he's got Rehan behind him here, the 2 JP Simshed cars. Well, 3 JP Simshed cars, I should say. Who's up there?
Rehan's actually in front of him. It looks like that might be interesting. Yeah, we've got Rehan now in 4th place.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, up 2 spots from his starting group. That is really good, and he is actually such a good young talent. He's very fast, very consistent, and he just knows how to keep the V8 supercar straight.
Yeah, something that I haven't learned how to do properly yet, but, you know, we'll talk about that when it comes to it later on.
These cars are just difficult to master.
Yeah, a bit of a smoke screen going on there from car entering the pits. That thing looks like it's seen better days. Oh, Dylan Pereira's getting a good run here. Look at it. Yeah,
He's
look
going
at
to have a
this,
look on
mate.
the inside.
Oh, is he
No,
gonna...
he's not far enough.
He's thinking about it. Oh, he nearly lost it there too. Good reaction from him there to avoid that. That was really good. Yeah, you got Dean Reddit in behind him. Have a look at that.
Fair way
He's
behind him there.
Yeah, he's dropped a little bit further than what he was hoping by the looks of this.
It's very good to see how clean these drivers are racing. Like, if the move doesn't look like it's going ahead, they know when to back out. These
Jamie
guys
Davis on a roll
are
here.
definitely good.
Down the inside. Sorry to cut you off there, Phil. That was an awesome
That
move
was
down
a
the inside.
beautiful move there.
Looks like he's come back in. He's come into the pits for a fast repair. His car's looking nice and clean again.
He's He's ranging up the Melbourne Hydrographix car in front, I think that is, in the orange and black.
Yeah, he's got plenty of pace. Although this is probably not where Jamie wants to be. This is probably where he does his best racing, when he's right down the back. He's going to just put his head down, his bum up, and he's going to get on with the job and start reeling these cars in.
Yeah, well, you'll be able to see right now how important the slipstream is. So you see the gap, it's closing.
Here we go.
Inside.
Making a move.
Oh, is it going to be contact?
He's had to brake, he's had to get out of it.
He's got a better exit.
Yeah.
He's got a way better exit.
Shane's carrying a bit of damage there too, so I think we're going to see a move here.
So that's going to be scary if he does, because going down the inside of someone at this corner is very sketchy.
Oh,
Get the elbows out.
he's
Down
made
the
it
inside.
stick. Well done. That was great.
He just says, I'll have that, thank you.
See you later.
Meanwhile, Tony Gaffer's really coming under attack here from Craig Casper.
Mr. Casper, Goodyear. What a vehicle. A lovely Holden.
It's missing a rear spoiler, but that doesn't matter.
It's fine. It's fine. He'll be
Still-
still in the straight line.
Still
admit that
giving the 411 car absolute grief.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
His
just
line
put
through
the
there is
nose up there.
awesome.
It looks like he just put the nose up there just to let him know, hey, I'm here.
This looks like a move's on here. The move is on. Craig Casper's going for the inside move here. No.
I think he thought better of it.
He must have backed out of it. Yeah, he thought way better of it. Knew his
It's
nose would
always-
get clipped.
It's always very nerve-wracking going into those chicanes and knowing someone's going up the inside of you.
Yeah.
Kai-
Meanwhile, Kai Turner's got a 2.2 second gap on Matthew Skulls here. Looks
Yeah,
like
he's
biding
responded.
his time. Biding his time. Just, you know, stretching out, keeping the gap consistent. He's out of the slipstream range. He's coming up now to lap some cars by the looks of that. He'll be getting slipstream from them too, which will be helping him pull a decent gap and hold it.
Yeah, and he's pulling out a gap. Each lap he's eking out a little bit more of a gap, so I think maybe his strategy early on was to maybe conserve those tyres and then start pushing towards the end of that first stint before his pit stop.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'd be doing too if I was in his position. I mean, he got a clean getaway, he got a gap straight away, and just kind of keep it very consistent after that. Don't burn everything up if you don't need to.
Yeah, well, at the moment, he's really had no threat against him yet, so he's pretty much been in his own little world, which is pretty good to see.
Yeah, and here we go now. Colin Burns.
Runs.
Sorry.
Here we go.
Colin Bruns.
First drive through of the evening. Car 105 drove through contact car 469 on lap 6. So 105, that's Troy Allen from MF Racing on Brian Good there.
On Brian Good. Oh, well. You know, if you make the contact, do the crime, you got to do the time.
Absolutely. And this race control, they take no prisoners at all, which is
No,
fantastic.
that is correct. That's the best way to be. Clear-cut cases all round. Jonathan Ben here. Who's he under attack by?
Nick Garrett.
Nicholas.
Oh, a little bit of
Nick
grass
Garrett.
cutting there, but I don't think that's hurting much.
Oh, that's hurt him heaps, actually.
Well,
That
actually,
cost
you're
him
right.
a fair bit.
Compromised his feed onto the...
Oh, Nick's in the slipstream. Have a look at this. He's going to line him up here.
He's going
He's going
down.
right.
Hey, going down the inside.
He's going to make the move.
And,
Got good overlap.
He's got the move done.
and beautiful. Well done.
Nicely
Oh.
done.
Old mate felt better off. A little bit twitchy on the exit, though. And where are we going? Coming into
Oh
Sando.
no, look at this.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's in the wall.
Was that Dylan?
Yeah,
Just
Dylan
nudged the
Pereira.
wall.
In the wall.
just a
Oh.
bit too hot.
Just a little bit.
Getting back to that move that Nick put on Jonathan there, Jonathan had the presence of mind to know he was beaten and just back out of it and give Nick just enough room to get through that chicane.
Yeah,
That-
there's
Exactly right, JP. That was beautifully executed by both.
Yeah, some great racecraft there. There's no point in fighting on when you know you're beaten. Back out, live to race another day, and get on with the job.
Yeah, exactly. Better to come out of there in one piece than have your car all scratched and dented. It's just going to cost you more time in the end.
And with 16 laps to go, you don't want to be making too much of a silly mistake just yet. The race isn't over.
Exactly. You never know what could happen, you know. Car in front could spin still. You never know.
There's still a lot of racing to go, unfortunately. Here we go. David Nash, Rian Liam Naj, and Sam Noble, all in the pits now.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Where these guys come out is probably going to make or break someone's race. High Turners stay out.
He stayed out.
Going for another lap. I wonder how much fuel he's got left in the tank. He'd be pushing almost empty, I reckon.
Yeah, that thing would probably be running on the smell of an oily rag right now.
About 16 laps. We looked at it last night. I think we said about 16 laps will get you to your first stop. 16, 17 laps.
Oh well, if he's been fuel saving a little bit out front, then he might have a bit here. Alright, so these are the guys coming out of the pits now, all merging back into where they were. Rehan Leonard in 11th now. David Nash in P9.
Now, Jamie Davis came into the pits on lap 5. He's taken his fast repair, but he will have to make another stop. He'll have to make a splash and dash for the end.
Well, I think Jamie Davis is going to fight tooth and nail to hang on to as many positions as
Here
possible.
we go, leaders are in. Sorry, mate.
This will be interesting to see where everyone comes out after this stop.
Well, after last night's race, we know the undercut works. Gain an extra, I think, about a second to a second and a half. So we'll see whether the boys can figure that one out. Oh, that was so wide on the pit exit.
Now, the rule is they cannot go through the safety car. They must go around the safety car.
Now, where did everyone funnel out?
So fast stop for Leonage with a 15.2. Scholes had a 15.5 with Turner 17.3 and Nash a 16 dead. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, David Nash got ahead of Turner, so a bit of that turn of events.
Maybe he used a bit more fuel than he realised.
So this is going to be interesting. Did David, or has David underfueled slightly for track position? Here we go.
Oh, he's just having a look. I think Jamie Davis knows that he's beat because he's got a pit soon. I don't know, if I was you, I'd probably stay out till my tank would be empty at that point, and then just get 8 fast laps in.
I'd say he'll pit as I think it's about 8 or 9 laps. If you pit with about 9 laps to go, you can actually fuel up and get some tyres on. And it's not going to cost you any time. Actually, I'm looking at his car and he's still got the damage there. So is that the old damage or is that new damage that he's got on his car?
Well, he took his fast repair before and it looked pretty new, but who knows? He might have clipped the wall again at some point.
Oh,
Here we go, David Nash.
Oh, let's have a look at that.
On a side note, David Nash just put in a 17.8.
A little bit too much. A little bit too much.
Oh, he got on the curb.
Yeah, coming out of that.
Curb and it unsettled.
Not going to be Jamie's night tonight.
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah, unfortunately, once those rears go in the V8 supercars, they're very hard to get back.
Well, at the moment, David Nash has got just over half a second lead at the moment. I think he has the track position, and he can start to fuel save a little bit, I'd say, into some of these corners, you know. roll into it a bit, brake a little bit later. Just do all those little things to eke out a couple 100 mil here and there. Just,
There we
you
go.
know,
There we go. Last lap, David Nash did the fastest lap with a 1:17.83. Kai Turner's just gone and responded with a 1:17.59. So Kai is now on a charge.
this is probably gonna boil down to the last 10 laps, I reckon.
And if Dave Nash has put less fuel in and needs to fuel save, he's going to be in a bit of trouble coming up to the last couple of laps.
Yeah, he will be. Yeah, if I was in his shoes, mate, no, if I did underfuel, I'd be giving it everything I possibly can down these straights, and then I'd be fuel saving into every single corner. Just short shifting that little bit earlier to try and save that little bit more. Because you only need about a litre or so to complete a cool down lap around here.
And now we've got Kai Turner really starting to breathe down his neck.
He must be fuel saving. Get to brake that early.
Yeah,
Must be on the fuel save.
He's just rolling out a little earlier there.
Yep, he's braking a bit earlier as well. Still hitting the apex, quite nice, but
Kai Turner may be waking up to and noticing Dave Nash is fuel saving, so he might be able to start putting pressure, or he might just start backing off and watch Dave Nash running out of fuel.
he may do as well. He might just...
Yeah, for those of us joining us that haven't watched this series before, all of the drivers must complete a cool down lap after they cross the start-finish line for the checkered flag. If they don't complete a cool down lap, it will cost them 3 places. So, yeah, these guys do not want to get caught out there on their cool down lap and run out of fuel, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Nash just seems to be, Kai Turner either holding the gap at 0.5, or David Nash is just trying to eke that out a little bit. Yeah, see, he must be fuel saving. He closes up way too much.
Yeah, he brakes very early going into the chicanes. He's either slowing down just to make sure the car's still straight at the end, or he's definitely fuel saving.
That'll be a question to ask him after the race if the positions remain the way they are. Oh, you can see everyone's starting to come into the mix. You got Matthew Scholes starting to close in, Rehan's starting to come into play. You know, only about 2.9 seconds off the lead, and it's 9 laps to go.
Well,
It's going to be a...
It's funny you should actually say that. The last lap, David Nash did a 1:19.12, Kai Turner a 1:19.07. Matty Scholes did a 1:19.27, and Rian Leonage did a 1:18.9.
Rehan is on fire at the moment, and a 1:19.1 from Dave Nash may suggest
Is that a safety car?
Oh, wonder what brought out the safety car.
Now this is going to really heat things up.
Well, David Nash, if he underfuel,
and that's the reason for the safety car. Sorry to cut in there, Daniel. If now with this safety car coming out, it looks like Dave Nash might be in the clear.
Yeah, well, if you're burning, let's see what happened here, Danny Fassel. Going, locks the inside. Does he get help? Or does he just... Oh, what happened there?
Oh,
Done it all by himself. That could have been a technical glitch on his side.
Now we know that Dan's had an issue in the past with his VR failing mid-race, so I'm wondering whether that may have happened.
Look at this beautiful Lamborghini.
That is a very nice Lamborghini and an excellent paint job.
Yeah, I know. Funny, it's a Goodyear.
Yeah, I have the Goodyear paint job on my Commodore too.
Oh, well, there you go, mate.
So he's just
we're
stopped
doing
there,
well.
waiting for the leaders to come back around. Now this is going to, like you said, this is kind of going to play into the hands of David Nash, because it's probably going to take him off the hook as far as having the fuel save. However, it's also going to put Kai right up his block hole for the last few laps of the race. So this is going to come down to an out-and-out sprint to the end of the race.
Well, that's it, JP. You couldn't have said it better. Coming up to the last few laps, if I was Kai Turner, to be honest, I'd be putting max pressure on and hoping he makes a mistake.
Yeah, I'd probably be doing the same, but then it also comes down to boiling. How hard were these boys pushing on their tyres? Don't forget, David Nash's tyres are a lap older, aren't they?
That is correct, and so Kai might also just stick right behind him to watch Dave Nash's tyres get worse, or Dave Nash might be in the clear to take this one out.
Well, I know last night safety car, by the looks of where I was on track, it looked like the optimal point to go is just into the chicane, because you can keep the momentum going, and the guy behind is obviously not allowed to overtake till the control line.
Here we go. I think we might see the safety car go early, or is he going to hold them for another lap? Let's have a look here.
Looks like he might be.
Yep, safety car's peeling away.
Yep, so it looks like we'll be going back to green. Dave Nash will have control of the field once the safety car goes in.
It's interesting. Dave Nash isn't backing him up as much as I thought he would straight away.
Oh, actually, look at this. The safety car's actually not moved away, so it looks like he's going to stay out for another lap.
It's going to be 8 laps. It's going to be an 8-lap sprint.
This should be good to watch.
You know what they say, safety cars breed safety cars.
Well, that's it. I've been in races where safety cars come out and then within the next lap there's another one.
The reality is any one of the top 7, 8, 9, 10 drivers there can really take this out. Although, you know, obviously the top 3 there are going to have the arguing rights, but it's going to be up to David Nash to back them up before the start of the race. And like you said, I think just on the exit of that chicane, that's going to be where he's going to want to just go.
Well, just talking before the safety car with Rehan putting in the fastest lap out of the top 4 there. Has he been looking after his tyres, and, you know, his tyres able to keep up with the guys in front, or are they a little bit too far gone at this point?
Well, that's exactly right. It could be anything, Neil, but I have had the absolute pleasure of racing against Dave Nash in some official races, and let me tell you, he's one hard person to get around.
So he's a rock and a hard place by the looks of it there now.
Oh, absolutely. He will make that car about as wide as the Titanic is long.
And it looks like the safety car's got a nice long gap there. Looks like it's going to come in this lap.
Oh, have a look at all those lovely, pretty cars.
Here we go. Safety car peels off.
It's that V10 cracking.
Now at this stage, David Nash can go anywhere from this stage up until the control line. So I'm going to say he's going to start backing them up now, and he's going to look at just nailing that chicane exit.
Well, now he's in clear with fuel. We definitely know that. Look at Rehan all the way down there at the bottom.
Unfortunately, Matty Scholes is kind of holding them up a bit. Yeah, here we go. He closes the gap.
He's trying to get his momentum going. Oh, beautiful.
Here we go.
Start here. Nice. Oh, what a just one hell of a start.
Put a nice little gap there,
like
but
Kai Turner got a little wide coming out of there as well, and nearly clipped the concrete.
Does he have a mark on the front of his car now?
No, it doesn't look like he did. He came close, but he didn't back out of it.
Oh, here we go. Look how close these two are now. There's 0.3, 0.2 between these guys. There's a car length, and that's about it.
Now this will be pretty much cat
Oh! That was a bad exit from Nash there.
Yeah, David Nash really starting to feel the pressure now from Kai Turner.
He's going to have to go defensive.
Is he gonna try to go around the outside?
And he's lost it.
And that's it. Oh, did he have help though?
No, I think he did that on his own. He may have just snagged the rears a little and just looped it himself. We might
Yeah.
have to look at the replay.
Let's have a look at the replay, but I'm going to say he's pinched the brakes there and looped it himself. He's just gone in, maybe just a little too hard. Couldn't pull it up.
Here we go. He's going down on the brake.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. He's on the slide there.
Yeah, the rears have just gone on him. He's locked up the rears, and unfortunately,
Lucky there was no contact.
Great job of David Nash there to avoid that. Great job from Kai to avoid the wall as well.
Straight on the power, keep it out of the wall, just keep some sort of pace. Those tyres will be dead.
But that is a get out of jail card for David Nash and Matty Scholes. That put Matt Scholes in second place.
And that's bumped Mr. Rehan Leonage up into third.
Young Rehan, yeah, absolutely. Rehan, the youngest member of the Goodyear Autocare family. Matter of fact, the youngest driver in the league.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Rehan at the moment's having a fair good look at Mr. Scholes there.
And it looks like Rehan's starting to get some pressure off Sam Noble.
Look at this.
Oh. The Dragon RC car in there. Have a look at that.
Oh, no. Jamie kept the thing on the slide. He managed to get out of there.
Did he hit the left rear again?
He had the thing sliding, but he caught it. So, well done.
Now Kai Turner has dropped into 6th position. He's actually behind Dylan Pereira now.
Wow. The table's turning around up here, I tell ya. Sam Noble trying to range up Leonage here. Trying. Oh, Leonage just got damage. Must have touched it. Oh.
Leonage. All over the back of Matty Scholes now. Can he get up close enough to make a move?
4 laps remaining.
It's going to be hard work. I don't think he's got.
Doesn't have the pace.
He's kind of the meat in the sandwich at the moment. He's trying to catch up to Matty Scholes, but he's got to keep an eye on his rearview mirror because Sam Noble is there and he is looking menacing.
Oh, Sam, look at the amount of distance he makes up on the brakes.
Oh,
the car got very squeamish.
Right through here, car 66, contact with car 3 on lap 22.
Is that when we're under safety car?
No, 66 is Nick Garrick, contact on car 3, which is Daniel Stevens there.
Damn, what a shame. Rehan Leonage, 3rd place here. Where do we are? 3 laps to go.
So Rehan seems to have Sam's measure here. Once again, first half of the lap, Rehan seems to pull away from Sam, but Sam catches up to him on the second half of the lap. So you can see there he's pretty quick, pretty handy coming through this section of the track here. He ranges up on Matty Scholes, but then Matt from here on in seems to have his measure and he's able to sort of get away with him.
Yeah, it might also have to do with the damage on the side of Rehan's car there too. Might be slowing him down a fair bit. All the damage and all the aeros going to be a lot disturbed.
Matter of fact, he might actually have hit that one on the head. He might really be suffering with his aero, but he's closer to Matty Scholes than he's ever been tonight. Look at that. Yeah, he really has to pull that car up.
Yeah, the aero balance won't be too good on that because of the damage. David Nash, what can we say?
He's cleared out.
Yeah. What can we say? He's got his teammate behind him, his rear gunner, he's safe. You know, his teammate will make it hard for Leonage to get round and Scholes will just disappear into the distance.
Yeah, one thing you can say about the guys from Right Sim Racing, they're hard but very fair races. They will not give you an inch on track, but they also do know when they're beaten.
Oh my goodness, look at what is going on here. Who have we got here? 621 Aaron Hayden in 12th place. What can he do from this spot? Oh, that was nearly in the wall for whoever that was.
I think that was... that might have been Steve Martin there.
In the background. That was a huge accident in the background.
Oof.
Craig Casper.
Let's have a look at this.
coming into turn 1. Understeers.
Oh, hit the wall.
Oh, and heavy contact as well. And oh, geez, that was close.
Yeah, had a little bit of help from Damien Cairns there, but Damien had nowhere to go.
Wow. David Nash back in the lead, focusing on the leader again. 3 to go. 2 to go when they cross the line. Look at him, nails the apex, nice and smooth, on the power. Close as you like to that wall.
And that car is as clean as a whistle.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be the cleanest car out there. Yeah, you can see Leonage behind with skulls there. They're kind of just ranging each other up. Looks like Sam's dropped away a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, you can see that he's got the pace through here. But this probably doesn't require too much aero on his part. And then when he gets onto the bank section, he starts to fall away, and he really needs to be early on the brakes there going into the chicane.
Yeah, that's true. You can see it right here. As they come through the higher speed corners, he just loses time. Just looks like the car's starting to understeer really heavy.
A look here, if we can get him on the straight, let's see if he might have some steering damage. No, his steering seems to be fine.
Oh, what happened? What's going on here? David Nash and Skulls are closed right up to each other, is it?
Yeah, maybe Dave Nash is going for a 1-2 photo finish.
Why
Or
not?
did he make a mistake? I
But
mean, Leonage is really close.
But also, a big mention out to, at the moment, Tony Gaffer has moved up 11 spots from his starting position. That is one hell of a job, especially on this circuit.
Yeah, he's done exceptionally well. He'll be the hard charger for tonight. Tony Gaffer up 7 places. Who's the next one up from that?
You've got Mitch Campbell sitting in 7th. He gained 7 spots from his starting position, but also Robert Brower has gained 8 spots.
Yeah, nice racing. And here we are, last lap, final lap here. David Nash leading them home here. I don't think they're going to slow up for a form finish because Rian's not going to have any of that. If he has a chance, gets a sniff to get around Matty Skulls, he will do it.
Yeah, I reckon the aero damage has made Leonage suffer a bit, but he's still up into the almighty podium. A lovely podium place that everyone wants to be. See here, David Nash, what a race. Yeah, last chicane to navigate just here.
Absolute beautiful drive by David Nash and from Matty Skulls and from Rehan Leonage. Awesome job.
And there you go. David Nash. Absolute beast. P1.
Fantastic. He'll be very happy with that. And these guys are quickly becoming the team to beat in the Goodyear Autocare Warana V8T2 series. We're going to see. I'm pretty sure we're going to see most of these guys graduating to the main game next season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to race with these guys. See how quick they can be on an open set. Good job from Leonage there, bringing up the rear of the podium as well for the NTS.
Yeah, well done.
There.
Well done to Rehan there. Made up 3 places to get into 3rd place. Sam Noble made up another 3 to get into 4th. Unfortunately, Dylan Pereira dropped 3 spots and finished in 5th place, but top 5, that's not bad at all.
No, that's it, guys. Anyone that can finish finish a race without a scratch on the car is a pretty good driver, in my opinion.
There we go. Just
yeah.
Sorry, Dan. We just had a message there on the socials from Dan Bassel. Yeah, sorry about bringing out the safety car. His VR went blank, and that's unfortunate when you get those sorts of gremlins happening.
Yeah, exactly. You know, just like the real things, any type of electrical issue in one of these units,
Absolutely.
you know, it can be PC or server related.
Yep. Don't worry about it, Dan. You just made it more interesting. That's all, mate.
Yes, he did. Very interesting.
Yeah, we've all had an issue with our components at least once during a race.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Here goes David Nash. What's he going to do for us?
He's going to do a very lovely white smoke shower.
Is it going to be better than a NASCAR? Yes, it is. Straight onto the middle. Look at that. Beautiful. Don't know how it's smoking on grass, but we'll go with that.
Yeah, we'll let him off the hook for that.
Yeah, oh, look. And he had
There we go.
plenty of fuel at the end of it to do a nice burnout. You can't even see the car anymore.
Well done to him. He drove an incredible race. Beautiful result for him and Matthew Skulls, and for Rehan Leonage.
Absolutely
and,
fantastic.
A Riot Racing 1-2. That's
Yeah, another 1-2 for the boys from Riot Racing, and I think maybe Nash is doing a burnout for both himself and Skulls. So
I think so. Well, he hasn't
work.
killed his engine yet.
Fantastic work. Let's go through the results here. Unofficial results: David Nash from Matthew Skulls in second, Rian Leonage in third, fourth Sam Noble, fifth Dylan Pereira, sixth Kyle Turner, seventh Mitch Campbell, eighth Dean Reddit, ninth Daryl Hockey, 10th Jamie Davis. He had a few issues there, but he managed to make it home in the top 10. Over the page we go. Dean Alessi in 11th. 12th is Jonathan Bean. 13 Aaron Hayden. 14 Shane Clark. 15th is Damien Cairn. 16th Stephen Martin. 17th Robert Brower. Tony Gaffer in 18th place, made up at the end there, made up 12 places actually. Nicholas Garrick in 19th. 20th is Stephen Banks. Daniel Stevens in 21st. Luke Georgeson in 22nd. Craig Casper in 23. 23 cars on the lead lap. After that, we've got Colin Bruns in 24. 25th, Troy Allen. 26th, Todd Martin. 27th, Brian Good. 28th, Andrew Johnson. 29th, Thomas Foster. And unfortunately, Danny Vassell, David Clark, Peter Kelly, and Stephen Black, DNFs, so non-finishers for the round.
Yeah, really hard for those guys, you know, to get yourself up there and all your practice and everything just to have an issue on the night of the race. It's everyone's worst nightmare.
Yeah, disappointing, but you know, the old saying, some will, some won't, so what? Next, get on to the next round and then do the best you can. But we have our winners with us tonight, so I think we'll break from tradition. We're actually going to start with third place tonight. Rehan Leonage in third. Rehan, mate, congratulations, well done, another podium.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so it was a very difficult race, especially with the safety car happening after our pit stop. So then we didn't really have to fuel save. It was just about getting a good restart. Yeah, and during the pit stop, it was more about trying to cut your fuel load all the way to the very limit, but then with the safety car it didn't really matter anymore.
Yeah, fantastic. I was going to ask you what was your race strategy for the night, but there it was. You had a great start off the of the race there, was able to get around Dylan and make up a couple of places, so you must have been happy about that.
Yeah, I was just thinking, yes, first lap, instantly up to P4, and I was scared I would get a bit too excited, so I calmed myself down, and yeah.
Well done, buddy. Was Dad in your ear helping you, calming you down?
Yeah. Well, kind of.
Sort of, kinda.
They are pretty good crew chief to have standing right next to you.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Rehan, just got a question for you. Were you chewing your tyres up just before the safety car came out, or were you kind of preserving them?
I was kind of in between because I didn't really want to push too hard and use up my tyres before the last few laps, so I was trying to save my tyres for the last few laps and try to execute a pass like lap 26, 27. Yeah.
Very calculated.
Well done, mate. P3 for the night. Fantastic work. We'll get back to you. Just stay there for a minute. We won't hold you for too long because I know it is probably going to get past your bedtime very, very quickly. But we'll get on to P2 for the night. Matthew Scholes, mate, you had a week that you would have wanted to forget last week, but this week, you did really well. P2 for the night. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for that, JP. It was good to put last week behind me, to be honest, and get back on the podium. So we had a plan to try and help each other out, and it's good to get 2 right cars, 1-2 again.
Yeah, I noticed that during the race. Were you playing sort of a second fiddle or a block of David by any chance there? Because it was an interesting one.
Not really. We just sort of have a bit of a gentleman's agreement that if you've got track position, unless the other bloke's a mile quicker than you, then yeah, just work together rather than try and race each other, especially early on. It's just a matter of tucking in behind and trying to get a bit of a gap in the cars behind us.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
Matthew Scholes, during the end of the race, it looked like Rehan was starting to close the gap. Were your tyres starting to hurt a bit, or were you just slowing down so Dave Nash could get a bit more ahead?
It was... Rehan was definitely quick through the infield. I noticed he was all over the back of me a bit, so I was just concentrating on getting those exits onto the long straights just to hold him off. It wasn't sort of trying to block for Dave. It was more just about myself, really, not giving up second place and just concentrating on getting those exits because there's not too many places to pass here.
Well, absolutely beautiful result from you, Matty Scholes. Well done.
Cheers.
And we'll get to our race leader, winner, David Nash. Congratulations, mate. P1. Another P1 for you. Tell us a little bit about your race, mate.
Thanks for having me. Race was good. I was happy with third. Jumped into pits early and managed to jump both Scholesy and Kai. So I knew Kai was real quick on this track. He was doing 75s in the race. So unfortunately, Kai pinched the brake, spun it down the chicane there. I don't know how I missed him, but I managed to do that. And comforting knowing Matty's behind me. Hopefully he wasn't holding anyone up. I don't think he was, so I was trying to keep a second on him. So that was basically the strategy. Tyres were going off the last 3 laps, and that's about it.
Fantastic.
Mate, you did very well.
Dave Nash, well done on the win, buddy. Did you have to fuel save at all after your pit stop?
No, hammer down. That safety car just took all that out of it.
So did you underfuel when you were in the pits there, mate? Because we noticed down the straight, it looked like you were braking early and through the second chicane trying to save a little bit.
Possibly.
Kiss and tell, never kiss and tell.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
that the way it goes?
Yeah. I was just basically banking on a safety car, so yeah, obviously underfueled. And this track, you could just, there's going to be a safety car at some point. So,
well,
yeah,
there was that.
Well, it looks like you timed it absolutely perfectly. It looks like the gods were in your favour.
Yeah, agreed there. Just back to Rehan real quick, mate. How did you prep yourself for the safety car restart?
I didn't really prepare myself. All I did was try to stay on Matty Scholes' tail, try to get that bit of an advantage. Yeah, it helped a little bit. I wasn't able to get him, but I gained a bit of time on Sam Noble behind me.
Beauty, mate. And also, did you have damage to the right-hand side of your car? Because it looked like you were a little bit slower down the straight, even in the slipstream.
I think I may have scraped a wall about mid-race, but I didn't really feel too much damage, so there wasn't any need to use the faster pair.
Oh, beautiful, mate.
Well done, Ray Hunch. Well done on third, mate. That was absolutely beautiful, and you were putting on some absolute pressure on the Matty Scholes. Well done.
Thanks.
Mr. Matty Scholes.
Yeah.
Gotta ask, mate, how do you cope with the pressure? how did you cope with the immense pressure on the infield from behind, but also not trying to make a mistake coming into the safety car restart?
Yeah, the infield was just concentrating on making sure I stuck to the racing line, didn't make any errors, because Rehan was definitely quicker through there, mate. So it was just basically concentrating on no errors, and then, like I said, it was just all about the exits onto the straights, because I don't know how many, without an error you can't pass in that infield.
No, that is true. That is very true. And David, on that restart, mate, were you talking to Maddie there to saying, hey, I'm going to go at this point or this point, or was it just kind of a see what happens when it happens?
Come on, Dan, that's another secret between the teams.
Come on, mate, someone's got to ask you a question.
No, it was, obviously we do chat the whole race, so he knows when I'm going to go and I tell him. So, same as any other team would do the same, so yeah.
Nah, definitely, mate. Nah, it was interesting to watch, I tell you. The restart was, we were expecting a little bit of something to happen between the top four cars in the first corner, but we all got through there nice and clean, and it was a really nice drive by all three of you.
Well, on that note, let's actually have a look at the points for tonight. So, second round of the Melbourne Hydrographix Depot Triple Crown. So let's see where we're standing with the points now. So, unofficial results. Kai Turner is still in front at 295 with Dylan Pereira at 284. Daryl Hockey now is up into third with 279. But we have a two-way tie now for third with Sam Noble. Jamie Davis with 278. Dean Reddit with 277. Matthew Skulls with 260. Rian Leonage with 259. Damien Cairns in 9th with 256. Dean Alessi in 10th with 256. So there's a tie for 9 there. And let's go over the page. Daniel Stevenson in 11th with 252. Mitch Campbell in 12th with 251. Steve Martin in 13th with 244. David Nash in 14th with 243. Nicholas Garrick in 15th with 243. Troy Allen in 16th with 240. Tony Gaffer in 17th with 235. Robert Brower in 18th with 234. Colin Bruns in 19th with 222. And Aaron Hayden in 20th with 215 points. We'll let this keep scrolling. If Dan, you'd like to take us to the end with the thank yous from the drivers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you to the top three here for sticking around and having a chat with us afterwards. Gives everyone a nice insight into it all. David Nash, I'd like to thank your sponsors, mate.
Yeah, just the right some boys. If Suicide, obviously JP and Simship Broadcasting, Autocare, Goodyear, Autocare Warana, and just friends and family.
Beautiful, short and sweet. Matthew Skulls.
Yeah, much the same, mate. Just thank the right boys. Goodyear, Autocare Warana, Simshed, yeah, JP for putting it all on. And the F Suicide, mate. Yeah, thank you.
No, beautiful. And Mr. Rehan.
I would like to thank Simshed Broadcasting, Nationwide Tracking Systems, Goodyear Autocare Warana, Dragon RC, DSL Welding Services, Abruzzi Australia, VR Covers, Cars for Hope, Racing with Autism Australia, Blue Stampede Labour Hire, and I'd like to thank friends and family for watching, and I'd like to thank JP for putting it all on.
Jeez, what a list, mate. You must have made a lot of people very happy.
Well done, guys. Fantastic work. And while we're wrapping things up, before we wrap things up, let's go to the current championship standings and see how everyone's holding up. So Daryl Hockey still at 1486 with David Nash at 1463, Nicholas Garrick at 1454 in third, Matthew Skulls in fourth with 1,426, Rian Leonage in fifth with 1420, Daniel Stevens in sixth with 1374, Kai Turner in seventh now with 1360, Sam Noble in eighth with 1331, Dean Reddit in ninth with 1,323, Dean Alessi in 10th with 1,305, and we'll let this keep scrolling while we wrap things up tonight. It wouldn't be a race without us thanking our sponsors once again. These guys make it possible for us to actually come out and broadcast and have these races. So a big shout out and a big thank you to Goodyear Autocare Warana up here on the Sunshine Coast. If you are on the Sunshine Coast and you need any tyre and mechanical or any 4x4 accessories, Aaron and the guys from Goodyear Autocare Warana are the guys to go and see. Blue Stampede Labour Hire, of course, our second naming right sponsor for the round, Melbourne Hydrographix Depot. And remember, there's one more race in the Triple Crown to come. That's going to be our last race, our Bathurst round. SDK Gaming, who make these fantastic overlays that you see. They bring the immersion and I guess the realism to our broadcast. Real track cams for gourmet. Once again, they do all the camera packs, the in-car camera packs and the track camera packs to add that extra touch of realism. Sim Racing Australasian, Real Sim Racing Australasia, I should say, and SimShed Broadcasting. These are the guys who make it possible for us to bring you these broadcasts every week.
Yes, again with all the sponsors, big thank you from all of us here for a lovely race tonight and for putting on an amazing show, especially the drivers up here in the con box. You bloke did a ripping job. And everybody that raced tonight, big thank you and a big shout out to all your sponsors. Just as you can see there up on the screen, next Tuesday, Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Super Series, 8:20 Australian Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, the Goodyear V8T2 E-Series, Goodyear Autocare Warana at 8:20 Australian Eastern Standard Time. And Saturday, Weekend Warriors Cup Car Racing, ASCC, at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Big shout out to everyone here and a big thank you to JP for putting all this out and on the track for us. And from all of us here, I think it's time to say our goodbyes.
Yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it.
Righto, ladies and gentlemen. See you later.